Welcome to Informatica Cloud 201 On-Demand course. Module 3, Cloud Mapping Designer, Expression Macro. After completing this module, you will be able to describe expression macro and also describe the types of expression macro. An expression macro is a macro that you use to create repetitive or complex expressions in the mapping. An expression macro can perform calculations across a set of fields or constants. At runtime, the task expands the expression to include all of the input fields and constants, and then write the results to the output field. There are three types of macro expression in Informatica Cloud. The first one is vertical, horizontal, and hybrid. The vertical macro generates a set of similar expressions to perform the same calculation on multiple incoming fields. The horizontal macro generates one extended expression that includes a set of fields or constants. A hybrid macro expands an expression both vertically and horizontally. A hybrid macro generates a set of vertical expressions that also expand horizontally. Now let us discuss how to use expression mapping in the Cloud Mapping Designer. When there is a need to use an expression or transformation in a loop or a number of times, it becomes difficult to map the same transformation again and again. For this purpose, macro expressions are used. Macro expressions are the reusable mappings that can be used to perform a number of iterations. For example, if you want to copy a field name from the first field of a transformation and paste it in some other field of the same transformation, let us say you have to perform the same task 11 times. You will have to copy the details and paste it 11 times manually. Rather, you can use a macro expression, in which you provide the suitable expression and a condition. The integration service itself copies the name from the first field and pastes it in the target field, till the condition is satisfied. Once the condition fails, the loop breaks and the process is stopped. In this demo, we will implement an expression macro in a mapping. Log in to Informatica Cloud using the credentials and select Data Integration from the My Services window. Click the New option from the navigation pane and choose Mappings from the New Asset window. Select Mapping and click Create. The mapping canvas opens up with the source and target information. The mapping canvas opens up with the source and target transformation. Enter M macro date format in the name field. Click the source transformation available on the canvas. In the General tab, under Source Properties pane, enter Source in the name field and click Source tab in the Source Properties pane. Create a new connection parameter by clicking the New Parameter button. Name the parameter as Parameter Source Connection and click OK. Select Source Type as Parameter and create a new parameter by clicking the New Parameter button. Name the parameter as Parameter Source Object and click OK. To add an expression transformation to the mapping, drag and drop the expression transformation between the source and target transformations to link them automatically. In the Expression Properties pane, enter Macro Expression in the Name field. Click the Incoming Fields tab. In the Field Rules section, click All Fields under the Field section criteria and select Fields by Data Types. Click the Configure option under Detail column. Check Date and Time under the Data Type section and click OK. On the Expression tab, to create a new variable field, click the plus icon on the top right side of the Properties pane. In the New Field pop-up window, enter Field Type as Variable Field. Name as New Format, Type as String, Precision as 100, and click OK. To edit the date format, click on the Configure option below Expression. Enter the expression as shown on the screen and click Validate. As the expression is valid, click OK. To create a new input macro field, click the plus icon on the top right side of the Properties pane. In the New Field pop-up window, enter field type as Input macro field, name as Port, and click OK. To edit the date format, click on the Configure option below Expression. A pop-up window with title Inputs for Macro Input Variable opens. Choose Input option as Fields and select all incoming fields from the drop-down menu and click OK. To create a new Output macro field again, click the plus icon, select Output macro field from the Field Type drop-down. Change the precision to 100 and click OK. Click Configure. A field expression window appears. Enter the expression as shown on the screen and click OK. To add second expression transformation to the mapping, drag and drop the expression shape onto the canvas. Link the expression transformation to the source and target transformation. In the Expression Properties pane, enter Pass-Through Expression in the Name field. On the Incoming Field tab, click the plus icon to create a new field group. Select Exclude as the operator and select Fields by Data Types in the Field Selection Criteria drop-down. Click Configure and select Date Time option and click OK. The Field Rules section has two field rules as shown. Now select the target transformation present on the mapping canvas. In the General tab, name the new target as EM Target. Click the Target tab in the Target Properties pane. Create a new connection parameter by clicking the New Parameter button. Enter the name as Target Connection and click OK. Select Target Type as Parameter. Create a new parameter, Target Object, and click OK. On the Field Mapping tab, change the field map options from manual to automatic. Now to validate the mapping and check the errors, click the validation icon. As the mapping is valid, click Save to save the mapping. Click the Run button. From the pop-up window, configure the definition, sources, and target step to run your mapping. In the Definitions tab, select your active runtime environment and click Next. In the Source tab, select your Salesforce connection from the parser, from the parameter Source Connection drop-down. Set the source type as single and select Account as the parameter Source Object. Click Next. In the Target step, select your flat file connection from the list of available connections. Click the Create Target button. In the Create Target window, name the target as Account with Formatted Date.csv and click OK. Validate the template and parameter values by clicking the Validate button. After the successful validation, click Run to run the mapping. The My Jobs window displays the task running status. After the task gets completed, it displays the status and other details of the task. Finally, open the target file directory and see that 12 rows are written to the target file. This concludes the demo. You are now ready to use Informatica Cloud Mapping Designer's Expression Macro Transformation. In this lab, you will create a simple mapping using the Mapping Designer. Practice adding sources and targets to a mapping. Practice using the Expression Macro Transformation. In this module, we described expression macro and type of expression macros.